everybody, welcome back to my world where no matter how old you get, you never need to grow up. And today we are going to be unboxing, yes, I decided I'm taking her out of the box. Just see, she wants to be out. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Mattel for sending me this Voltageous Frankie San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but she was also available on Mattel Creations for about 6 minutes on Friday, doll for free. Thank you very much. So while we talk about the amazingness that is this Voltageous Frankie Stein, so this is the original Power Ghouls, you may remember. I looked around the house and I can't find our original Power Ghoul Frankie, and I have a feeling that she met with an untimely death of being stripped of her clothing because she was played with quite a bit. So I know like a lot of collectors just heard that and were like, what? But I mean, that was the reality. It's still actually the reality. These dolls were made for kids to play with, and then we all got like super excited about them and made it into a collectible. So this is Voltageous Frankie Stein. So she is a reimagining of the original Voltageous doll, who was part of the Power Ghouls series. They made some really cool updates and changes to her, not the least of which is that she is, for the most part, in black and white, with some changes, with some color thrown in that I really, really like. And I love this artwork so much. This doll is just such a love letter to collectors because Rebecca Shipman is the designer of the doll, and then Darko Dark, aka Darko Dordovic, is the artist who did this amazing artwork. And make sure you follow them on Instagram so you can just see like really, really cool artwork and things that they do. And so, you know, those are people who've been around in the fandom. Rebecca was on the original Monster High team. Darko Dark has done a lot of artwork for Monster High. So it's really cool. And the box is very simple. It's got this beautiful artwork, which I want to somehow preserve, which in all likelihood means I will not be preserving it in any way, because I say that all the time, but the reality of my life is I have no time to figure out how to do that. I just love this so much. Love this so much. And I love the way my dear friend Claudina9 cosplayed this look at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know how they made the jacket, but I mean, look at this fringe. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. So let's see what it says, because I really didn't pay attention. So Monster High is... What the? I was walking home from school and getting to the best part of an old Voltageous comic book. Suddenly, lightning hit the page and I felt a zap, and everything went black. Zap. Oh, my head and my bolts are tingling. I feel a surge of power and an all too familiar spark in my fingers. I got a bolt to my lab. Oh, I love it. Crash. Whoa, look at my hair. It's absolutely electrifying with these streaks, and my face, I mean, my makeup looks great, but that freaky fab lightning bolt can only mean one thing. Clang! Voltageous is back. So cool. I just love this artwork so much, and the makeup on the doll. And we're going to open this up and chat while we open it. We haven't done that in a little while. So we're going to do that because this is one of those, this is where it's gonna get a little preachy. Okay, so if you don't like preachy, just, you know, scroll forward until you find the part where the doll's out of the box. So first of all, I want to explain corporate America to you, because that is the reason why the things keep happening with Mattel Creations that are kind of, you know, driving everyone batty. I totally meant that pun. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's no notice given. They tell you like 2 days ahead of time that there's going to be, you know, a collector's doll available, and then they don't have enough of them it seems, because it sells out in like 6 minutes. And I know some people have already tried to explain this. So how does getting a free doll work exactly? We have no control over whether or not we get a free doll. Like, I don't get a free doll every time there's a drop on Mattel Creations. Like, I didn't get the Dracula doll, I didn't get the Greta doll, and often we don't even know that we're going to get a doll. It just kind of shows up sometimes. And they usually show up like a day or two before the drop, sometimes after the drop, because that's just the way the influencer drops work. Now, all right, she's got kajinkers in her head. Kajinkers in her head. And then, you know, like, so yeah, you can't, there's no way to get yourself on a list. There's, you know, a whole bunch of factors that I don't know what they are, because for every launch, every division, every brand, the parameters for choosing which influencers are going to get product for promotional purposes is different. So that's why it's not always the same group of people. Sometimes there are people who get everything, and that's great. And then there are people who don't get included in every drop, and that's okay too. It's not the influencer who buys one or two, the $2 limit, who also got a free one from Mattel Creations, who is the problem with the Mattel Creations sales situation. It's the scalpers with the bots, okay? It's those people who, within an hour of the doll selling out, were promoting that they had 100 of these to sell. Those are the people that you should focus your anger on. Please don't focus your anger on us, the influencers, or the designers, or artwork people, or even the doll Monster High division of Mattel, because they're not the problem. What I did not have time to investigate, but I am going to ask my friend who's a Masters of the Universe collector, I want to find out if they're having the same problems with the Mattel Creations website as Monster High people are. So anyway, so that's my little lecture there. So she comes with a chromed out brush. Like, it feels bad showing you the doll when I know that you probably didn't get her. And her little reproduction of the little tiny Voltageous comic book, which I probably do have the original because I kept all of the diaries and stuff. So those I managed to get away from the child before things got thrown around. Let's see. I have to do a quality inspection. Okay. Mine looks fine. Okay. So I think her makeup is really, really cool. And my favorite thing about the doll, honestly, is that they kept the color in her eyes and that she has a little bit of blush to her cheeks. Now, in terms of the screening, like mine looks pretty good, looks pretty level. I actually kind of like maybe she is, it does look like, you know, and also there's the fact that she's got the, you know, the paint on this one side kind of changes up the way the eye is screened versus the blue eye, but she does look a little bit like she's given the people's eyebrow on this one side over here, which I'm kind of digging. She's got, now there's like a super matte lip and a glossy lip. I've got kind of the in-between version. I don't know, you guys can tell me if you think it's glossy. Look at my camera trying to correct the gray color of everything and making it all orangey. Look at how orange my hand is. It's like, I don't know what to do with the color. Oh, hashtag so professional. She does have tinsel in her hair, which is disappointing. And also, the Cleo that was revealed has Cleo tinsel in her hair. And of course that's disappointing because we know once we take these dolls out of the box, the tinsel can, you know, over the years, the tinsel doesn't hold up well. It does not hold up well at all to play. I love this jacket thing because it looks like Kiss's Dynasty era. Like, that's exactly what I thought when I saw this. My first thought was Kiss in the Dynasty years, because they went sort of with a glam disco thing, which ended up with outfits that looked a little bit like this. which were questionable. They were questionable, but this jacket is just so, so fun. But, you know, I mean, this is definitely a collector's doll because this would not hold up to play. This is very, very fine, tinsely. It's like the tinsel in the hair, only turned into a jacket. And then underneath it, she's got this really cute, you know, Voltageous suit. Let's see, how's our articulation? Our articulation is good. Also loving the boots because Ace Frehley would absolutely rock these boots, or Paul Stanley. This is like if Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley had a boot baby, this is what it would look like. Boot baby. It's a new thing. Yeah. I think she's really, really cool. Now, the question that comes to everybody's mind is she worth $75? You know, value, something's value is not measured by always by its component pieces. Is she worth $75 in terms of the quality, construction, packaging, and all of that? No, this is a $24.99 doll in terms of all of those things. In terms of scarcity, nostalgia, oh, I forgot to mention she's got chromed out little headband lightning bolts instead of the blue ones that she had before, which is a huge improvement. Like, I didn't even really like the original Voltageous because of the blue and yellow, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. From a nostalgia standpoint, is she worth $75? She's worth $75 to the people who waited online in, you know, both at San Diego Comic-Con and in the queue from Hell on Mattel Creations to get her for $75. So if people are willing to pay $75 for something, then that means it's worth $75 to a whole bunch of people. So that's where that question gets me too. It's like, well, she's not worth it. Define worth. I mean, there are some dolls that I own that were only $32, and I love them so much that if they were $100, I would buy them. There are other dolls that I don't buy because they're not worth it to me to spend that much money on. Like, I think the David Bowie Barbie is very, very cool, but I'm not that huge a Bowie fan. And I really love the Ziggy Stardust one more, which I saw for like $150 at that used doll store I went to with Elvira, and I'm regretting not getting because I really love that one. This one, it's not worth it to me. But no, there's a new Barbie Silkstone doll coming out, by the way. So, you know, like that. Whatever they're charging for it, I'm gonna pay because she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's old-timey, and I love her. So I think, you know, you gotta kind of think about what is it worth to you. If you're questioning the worth, then it's not worth it to you. Then don't spend the money on it because you probably have other things that you would like to spend $75 on, you know? And feel free to just, you know, be on social media and whatever saying, I don't think this doll is worth $75. That's totally okay too. Totally, you know, do that, man. Rock yourself out. Just what I'm asking is that you don't attack other people either for their opinions or the fact that they got the free doll or that they got the free doll and then tried to buy another doll because they're not the reason you didn't get a doll, but you maybe didn't want a doll in the first place. I'm very confused with my point right now. But my point is, put your ire where it belongs in terms of it is impossible to get these dolls when they drop. Right to Mattel Creations. And go ahead and say that you don't think, you know, having looked at it, well, I'm glad I didn't get it because I don't think it was worth my $75. Feel free to say that. You're not necessarily hurting anybody's feelings. I mean, the people who worked on the doll worked really hard, but they made it for the people for whom $75 would be worth it. If I had not gotten a free doll that I knew that I would open, I would have been trying online to get the doll and pay $75 for it. But I got her, so I didn't have to. But I would have, because to me, she is worth $75 because she's a really cool memory transformed into something even cooler. And that's my reasoning. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to flame me in the comments. I'll just delete it. I will, really. Yeah. I don't mean comments I don't like, so I just delete them. Yeah. So, but you know, go right ahead. If you got to get it out, you got to get it out of your system. You know, just don't attack me personally. You know, attack me over my thoughts on the doll, fine. Attacking me personally for other reasons, that's not very nice, is it? No, it's not. So please don't do that. But I would like to hear your thoughts about this doll, and some of the other things that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, like the Haute Couture Cleo and Laguna, the disturbing lack of a Haute Couture Gulia that continues. I'm still very upset about this. And yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed my lecture. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Love you guys. Bye.